Hi guys, welcome back to Tech with Tata. And in this week's episode, I'm going to be talking about the content management system known as Drupal. From my perspective, I think it's very straightforward and easy to use as a student who does not come from an IST major, as I've mentioned in prior episodes. But let's dive right into it. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to find a hosting site. I used Reclaim Cloud, which I've used in prior weeks. It's extremely nice and easy to use. But once you have that up and running and logged in, you'll go to the marketplace. Once you're within the marketplace, you would just install Drupal. But since I've already done this and sort of set up the website, I have that installed and running. So once I go here, it's going to take me to the home page through the admin panel. And as you can see, you can just see there's a bunch of content in here that I've already put in. These are the names of my roommates, which is all students here at Penn State. So that's for the student content. I also have all the classes I'm enrolled in this semester as well. So say I want to add more content, right? So I would go here. And to add content. And as you can see, I already have article, basic page, course, and student loaded in there. Article and basic page comes preloaded, but I created these two structure identities. So say I want to put in another name of a student, right? My roommate, my freshman and sophomore year was named Lou Baccia. So I can put in Lou Baccia. And then a student ID, right? So something like that, right? Random. And then you can save it. So once that is installed, you can go home and you'll see that Lou Baccia was added. And then you can see the student ID and that information filled in as well on the Drupal's website. So you're probably wondering how I created that type of structure. Well, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that by creating a new field. So you're going to go to the structure tab, and then you're going to go to content types. So I already have student, and I already have course ID. So another thing that could be beneficial is maybe the name of the faculty or the professor. So I'm going to go to add content type. I'm going to type in professor. And then I can say for explanation, professor for specific class, right? And then save and manage fields. So you're creating a new field and it comes preloaded with this body field, but this isn't going to be applicable for the type of data that we're trying to input. So you can delete this really quick. Perfect. And then you can add a field, right? You're going to go down and usually use this text plain, which just means you can kind of enter anything, and then label it. So you can say, in this case, professor ID. Save and continue. And then again, just 255, save and continue. That's perfect. So now, after you save these settings, you're going to see that professor and professor ID is now a field that you can add through content. So if I want to add more content with the new thing that I just created for professor, you can do this. And I know that professor in this class is Brian Allendike. So apologies if this isn't exactly typed correctly, but that's our professor's name. And you could say the professor's ID is this for, IST, the class I'm taking this right now, and save that. And again, there you go. It is inputted just like that. One other thing that I want to walk through is how I actually added this video tab so that it came up here. So say you wanted to put something in that you want to come up at the top of the tab. You would go to content and say I'm really trying to showcase a class that I've taken in the past, right? So maybe I want to showcase an HPA course that I took, which is 395, which is the internship class that I took this past summer. I would save that information. But then if I go into edit and I want it to come up on my menu, I'd go to menu settings, provide a menu link, and I would just make sure that their menu link title is there. And then click save really quick. And as you can see, it then comes up on my homepage. And yeah, I'm going to really quickly delete that so that it doesn't stay there. I was just doing that for the sake of demonstration. But hopefully this video kind of gave you more of a sense of how to navigate Drupal and shows you kind of how it works. Again, it's a super straightforward tool, and I think that any person, if they mess around with this website for a few minutes, can understand it. But I hope you learned something in this week's episode, and thanks for tuning in.